you all know that last week I officially announced that I am a candidate to replace Zachary Chambliss, who has told us 6 or 8 weeks ago that he would not seek a third term. And obviously I've been looking at that very carefully over that period of time, doing everything that we needed to do to make the right decision in regard to running for the Senate seat. I want to tell you this. A lot of people initially said to me, and I'm sure other members of Congress from Georgia, why can't you guys get together and decide one of you is going to run for the Senate to take Saxby's place? We can't really afford, Georgia can't really afford to lose all the ones that are not successful. If 3 or 4 or indeed 5 members of the Republican delegation from Georgia in the United States House of Representatives all run for the Senate seat, then only one is still going to serve us, and all the rest of them are gone, and we can't really afford to lose this talent. As I sat over here, and I'm blessed that I came in time to hear Josh speak. I don't think Josh and I have ever had the opportunity to actually meet. I've read about him, read about what he planned to do in regard to ethics reform, well covered in Maryland Daily Journal and AJC. So I knew exactly what was on Josh's mind in regard to ethics reform. As I listened to him tonight, I knew, and I knew this 6 weeks ago, we have a great bench of Republicans in the state of Georgia. I am not worried, not one bit. Now, I would love it if I were the chosen one from the 9 members of the Republican Party that represent Georgia in the United States House of Representatives. But you know, there are 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 of us that feel in our heart of hearts that we are indeed the ones that have the ability, the experience, the maturity of judgment, the conservatism, with a smile, not angry about anything, just constitutional conservatives. That I would never try to talk somebody out of running if they felt in their heart of hearts that they wanted to run. We have got a bench that's very deep, and what Josh said, what I heard him talk about, 4 or 5 or 6 issues, in depth, with the depth of knowledge, you don't need to worry one bit. If all 9 of us ran for the Senate, we have got a great bench, and you're going to see that. You're going to see people throw their hat in the ring for my seat. That's already started. The same thing if Jack Kingston gets in the race, or of course Paul Brown is already declared. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. We're not going to lose not one of those Republican seats in the House of Representatives. It's all about electing the right person. Of course, I'm not. You've been kind enough to let me say a few words, and there'll be other times. But when I first started in Congress, and the Democrats controlled everything. I mean, every constitutional office in this state was a Democrat. And Roy Barnes, and I love Roy Barnes as a friend, and I really do. He's a good friend. And Tom Murphy, they controlled everything. And when they drew the maps, it gave me an opportunity actually to run for an open seat. And Josh had included, and I'm sure you know this, it included part of Muscogee County. I mean, I went all the way down to Muscogee County and Meriwether County and Talbot County. I've never been down there in my life. And they are absolutely great people in Muscogee. And I served in the state Senate with Clay Land and with Seth Harp, and Josh, you know them well, your colleagues in the bar. But look, you worried about our replacements? Josh is not in my district, but there are several people. One of them is, in fact, is here tonight. We're going to be just fine. We're going to be just fine, and don't worry about it. and I'll close quickly because I know Josh did a great job, and I'm just kind of an add-on for a few comments. But we need to be very careful about this so-called autopsy that was recently done for the Republican Party by this commission appointed by our Chairman Reince Priebus. Look, we don't need to all of a sudden say we're going to be Democrat-like, and we're going to adopt their position on immigration. We're going to adopt their position on marriage, or we're going to adopt their position on any of these issues. We are Republicans, and we stand solidly for conservative, traditional values. And when I run in this Senate race, and it's a year and a half away, so we got a long time, but you want people to stand strong. But not with arrogance or anger and necessarily insulting people because they're of an opposite view. But you want somebody that's going to stand strong for traditional Georgia conservative values. I will do that for you. And Josh, thank you. Absolutely, I'm thrilled that we have people like him in the Georgia General Assembly. We're going to win. Let's stand strong. Thanks very much.